One man killed over 130 children. Another may have taken more than 300 lives. And the most terrifying part? Both walked free for years, while the bodies kept piling up. Serial killers with the highest victim counts don't look like monsters. They look like doctors, like drifters, like soldiers of God. And history has buried some of the worst ones so deep, most people have never even heard their names. Luis Garavito stalked the rural roads of Colombia and Ecuador through the 1990s, targeting boys who were poor, homeless, and invisible to the system. He would offer food, small gifts, a friendly face. Then he would walk them far from any road, far from any witness. Forensic investigators eventually linked him to over 130 confirmed victims, though Garavito himself claimed the number was far higher. The Colombian countryside gave up bones for years after his arrest. Shallow graves scattered across hills and valleys like a brutal map of his movement. Pedro López operated across South America and into Africa, hunting young girls in markets and remote villages. He called himself the Monster of the Andes, and he said it without shame. When Ecuadorian authorities caught him in 1980, he led them to 53 graves. He confessed to over 300 murders. Some investigators believe he may be the most prolific serial killer in recorded history. And here is the detail that should stop you cold. He was released. The full story of what happened after his release is something we'll come back to, because it gets worse. Harold Shipman wore a white coat and carried a medical bag. He was a British general practitioner, calm and respected, who killed his patients, mostly elderly women, with lethal doses of diamorphine. The official inquiry confirmed at least 218 murders. The real number may exceed 250. He never confessed. He never showed remorse. He was convicted in 2000 and found dead in his cell 4 years later, taking his full truth with him.
Gilles de Rais fought alongside Joan of Arc in 15th century France, a decorated war hero and one of the wealthiest men in Europe. Behind the castle walls, he was something else entirely. Historical records from his 1440 trial document the abduction and murder of hundreds of children. Estimates range from 80 to over 200. The methods described in those trial transcripts are too disturbing to detail fully here, but what makes this case uniquely haunting is a question historians still argue about. Was he truly guilty, or was his confession extracted by a church hungry for his land and wealth? That debate has never been settled. Thug Behram, a leader within the Thuggee cult of 19th century India, reportedly confessed to participating in over 900 murders carried out through ritualistic strangulation in the name of the goddess Kali. Historians argue fiercely over these numbers. Colonial-era records were inconsistent and politically motivated, but even the conservative estimates place him among the deadliest individuals in human history. What unites these men is not just the scale of their violence, it's how long it took the world to see them. Systems failed. Communities looked away. Victims were chosen precisely because they were the ones nobody would immediately miss. And Pedro López, the monster of the Andes, the man who confessed to over 300 murders, was released from a psychiatric facility in 1998 on good behavior. His current whereabouts are unknown. These are the serial killers with the highest victim counts in history. And in almost every case, the number we know is smaller than the number we don't.
Welcome to Crime Reveals.